When I first completed Mass Effect 3, it seemed that I belonged to a rare group of people who enjoyed and appreciated the ending to the trilogy. I tweeted creative director Casey Hudson after completing the game showing my support for the ending. I was met with response from other users that I was in fact indoctrinated and I didn't know what I was talking about. I personally felt that the attention the ending received and the negative attitude thrown towards it went some way to hide how much of a great game Mass Effect 3 had been and how revolutionary the trilogy itself has been. The very idea of demanding a new ending seemed almost insulting. You wouldn't demand that a director change the ending of a film you disagreed with, or that an author change the ending to their book. I personally didn't like the ending to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, but I'm not going to demand that J.K. Rowling change the ending, and I'm most certainly not going to take her to court over it, such as individuals did to EA over false advertising pretences. One positive aspect of the whole ending controversy was it highlighted how invested people were in the trilogy, which BioWare should see and take as a very strong compliment. Having taken in that feedback, BioWare decided to do what some saw as caving in and others saw as brave. They released the Extended Cut, a free add-on aimed at calming the unrest over the ending. As much as I didn't have an initial problem with the ending, I'm going to be honest here. I came away from the original ending to Mass Effect 3 a little confused. As Commander Shepard, you were presented with three options. The first was the option to control the Reapers, but in doing so you would have to sacrifice your physical being. The second choice was to combine synthetics and organics as one. And finally you had the choice of destroying the Reapers, but in doing so you'd also destroy other synthetics such as the Geth and EDI. First time round I ultimately decided to combine synthetic and organics, and I was happy with my decision. However, I was left confused and felt that the ending, especially the three choices, needed expanding and a bit more of a thorough explanation. This is where the Extended Cut comes in. Instead of changing the ending completely, BioWare tackled the issues with a certain creative integrity. They acknowledged that fans and players had been left confused, and this is what the Extended Cut was always intended to resolve, and in short, it worked. Having just played through from the attack on Cerberus, I'm happy to report that I came back from my chosen ending, which coincidentally was the added option, feeling much more content. Added cutscenes and dialogue options helped provide the clarification that I and many fans needed. There will always be critics who believe that the ending will never provide the meaningful conclusion that BioWare promised, but what you should take away from this is that Mass Effect as a trilogy and as three singular games was never about the build up to the finale. Mass Effect will forever be, in my eyes, be about the journey. I experienced a trilogy that made my decisions count. It made the time I invested worthwhile. Through the three games I watched the galaxy evolve around me, I watched my Commander Shepard develop and grow as a character, and when it comes down to it, Mass Effect 3 provided more of that journey than Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2 ever did. BioWare have done a fantastic job of providing a game that excels at being what a game should be, and that's interactive. It is this unique interactivity with the Mass Effect universe, not the ending, that will always define the trilogy. The Extended Cut just goes that little extra step in clarifying the conclusion of this journey. The Mass Effect trilogy will always have a place on my shelf, as it made me believe in video games as a storytelling medium, and it will continue to inspire video game writers for generations to come. Now here comes to the important bit. I'd love to know what you think. Do you agree with me? Do you believe that Mass Effect was all about the journey, or do you believe that the ending will forever define the Mass Effect franchise? Leave me a comment in the section below and I'll get back to as many as possible. Thanks for listening, guys. I've been Jack Fuller. For the full written article, head over to www.x3news.co.uk.
Did that all really happen?
We'll never know exactly what it was like, but yes, the archives tell the true story of those who came before us. They fought a terrible war, so we wouldn't have to.
And that's why we have peace.
Yes, without everything they accomplished, without the information they passed down, we too would be threatened.
What else do we know about the Shepherd?
Just what we have in the archives. But I've only told you a few of the stories.
Can you tell me another one, please?
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.